Hello and welcome to CNR News, the College of New Rochelle's only student-run broadcast news organization. I'm Taylor and this is the news. On February 15th, ex-cop and accused murderer Christopher Dorner's remains were found in the debris of a burned-down cabin in Angeles Oaks, California. Earlier that day, Dorner had been witnessed traveling down California State Route 38 in a stolen vehicle. Police were called and Dorner responded by opening fire. One officer was fatally wounded during the shootout. Dorner retreated to a cabin and was soon surrounded. At 4:20 p.m., Dorner's cabin caught fire. The cabin had been loaded with ammunition, which began exploding due to the fire. The cause of the fire remains unknown, but it's been suggested that officers began the fire in an attempt to smoke Dorner out. Dorner was terminated as a law enforcement official in 2008. Dorner repeatedly tried to appeal his termination. Dorner sought to seek revenge on those involved with his dismissal, and on February 11, 2013, was accused of the crimes of killing a police officer and attempted murder of an additional 3 officers.
As of February 24, 2013, Pope Benedict XVI resigned. There is much speculations as to why the Pope resigned. Many Catholics believe the Pope resigned due to hidden gospel of Barnabas. The Italian newspaper La Repubblica accused the Vatican of covering up various activities by important Catholic officials. Here's the Student Government Association President, Angelique Avon, with her thoughts about the sudden event.
Speaking as a peer minister, I feel as though the Pope resigning is because of him being old, but there is also underlying reasons. Also, as a Catholic, I believe that the fact that there's going to be a black pope would be good for the Vatican.
In upcoming weeks, the Vatican will decide on who will be the new pope. On March 1st, the sequester went into effect. The sequester is a mandatory governmental budget cut that will decrease spending about $1.2 trillion. The cuts were set up as a way to convenience lawmakers to reduce the budget deficit, which for 2012 was almost $1 trillion. Almost every government program has been slashed: food inspection, border security programs, education, student loans, and many military programs. Congress hopes to come to an agreement before March 27th, or the government will lose its funding and possibly shut down.
On January 22, 2013, Barack Obama was inaugurated as President of the United States for his second term. His inauguration address was a far cry from his first speech in 2009, where Obama called for a change to the political anger that had consumed America in the George Bush years. For Obama's second term, he will be pushing for new policies on immigration reform, gay rights, and a new approach to climate change.
And now for CNR News. The Student Government Association held their Back to School Jam remix on February 15th. Resident Life Coordinator Lisa Tufarelli joins us to speak more on the event.
So this is kind of like our makeup for our students, and any students who purchased a ticket to our last party will be admitted into this party. So that's why we call it a remix.
Overall, a lot of students and friends came out to make the night a success.
The first game for CNR softball is on March 17th at Bay Path College, and later on in the day they play again at 3 p.m. at the same location. The team still needs a few more players, so if you're interested, you can speak with Coach Georgia. The softball team holds open practices, so feel free to check one out if you'd be interested. Practices are held Monday through Friday from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. in the Wellness Center gym.
In sports news, the CNR women basketball team celebrated their senior night February 12, 2013, where they honored the 3 seniors. We asked senior forward Christine Biscups to describe her experience as a leader on the Blue Angel squad.
I'm going to miss coaches, both Coach Naima and Cash's encouragement and drive. What I've learned through basketball, I'm sure to use for my career as teaching, and I'm coming back here for grad school in the fall. So hopefully I'll be able to help and participate with the basketball team of 2013-2014.
Both the CNR athletic staff and players will miss the seniors.
One of CNR's oldest and largest events is the Strawberry Festival, also known as Strawfest. This event is celebrated annually on the first Sunday in May and is open to the college community, their families, and even to the public. The day is filled with music, strawberry-themed foods, vendors, games and attractions, and children's rides. This year, the Strawberry Festival will be held on Sunday, May 5th on Memorial Lawn from noon to 5 p.m. If the weather decides to act up, the fun is still on, and you can come join us in the Wellness Center. We'll have more information about Strawfest as we get closer to May. And now, our celebrity gossip correspondent.
I'm Deanna with Celebrity Gossip. Lindsay Lohan is back in the limelight. Lohan was spotted a few weeks ago shopping and smoking cigarettes in New York. Now, this wouldn't be a big deal if Lohan's lawyer didn't submit a doctor's note the day she was to attend court in Los Angeles. Once she was spotted, she immediately hopped on the next flight out to LA and showed up for court. Good job, Lindsay. In late January, recording artists Chris Brown and Frank Ocean reportedly got into a brawl over a parking spot. Chris's lawyer states that Frank Ocean refused to shake Chris Brown's hand, which led to the fight. Now, videotapes in the area show Chris Brown not throwing a single punch. However, he was wearing a cast on his punching arm the following day. Beyoncé made headlines at President Obama's inauguration. She openly admitted to lip-syncing over her own vocals during a press conference she was held regarding the situation. She also sung live at the press conference with no music just to address her haters. Beyoncé made even bigger news after her amazing halftime performance during the 2013 Super Bowl, where she performed with stars Kelly Rowland and Rochelle. Immediately after the halftime show, the arena's lights went out for 35 minutes. Now that's what you call a show-stopping performance.
I think it's a problem that has a lot of solutions. Like, they probably should slow the trains down a little bit. They should have more of a cautionary waiting area. And, they need to have more trains. People don't have many people waiting for one train, which causes everybody to bum rush the train to get on it. Yes, okay.
I think it's something that they need to figure out. I don't know, the MTA, or I personally think that it's both the person's fault and the MTA's fault, because one, you should have common sense, not if you hear and see the train coming, not to stand on the edge. And then also I do think that they pull in a little too quick. I was personally riding the Metro North and the train wasn't stopping, but it was just passing by and it was going really fast. So I do think it's both the person's fault and the MTA's fault.
Yes, my dad works for the MTA, and I know it can be really impactful in their lives. So, yes, it's sad.
The first person that they're probably going to blame is the driver, and I can see how that would have caused some issues for the person driving the train, because they're driving the train. If somebody gets hurt on the train that they were driving, then they're probably going to be the first person to be interrogated about the situation.
Usually, I am in the back and waiting for the train. As soon as the train comes up, then I will approach the yellow line, but I never go over, because I know people like to push and like to get inside their little car, and they're really aggressive.
I do stand on the edge, but the platforms are kind of small, so I try my best to be safe. I do kind of lean forward a little to see if the train's coming, but once the train comes, I step back, and then once it hits comes into the station, I kind of go on the train. But I try to be the first person on the train, because I don't like being by the clumped by the door, so I like to go inside so I have more room. So yeah.